Kinda. I feel like I'm super taller than you right now.
Oh, I'm
No, now I
petite.
feel.
Okay.
And fourth time with Myriad. Hayley's joining us. She doesn't know the high five rules, everything going on. That's good. Super, super, super excited right now because we have Hayley with us. And Hayley and I go way back. And way back to January
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
It is January 2018.
Oh my gosh.
Before I tell my story, who are you?
So I'm now Hayley Cazares. I'm
Yes.
thinking about that.
Yes, I was getting ready to say your last name, and then I know what your married name is, but I didn't want to pronounce it incorrectly.
I know.
So.
I don't even know if I pronounce it correctly. Let's be
that's
honest. But yeah, I'm Hayley Cazares. I am a 8-week member of Myriad Fitness. And Jared and I used to run a podcast together.
We did. We had a third host with us, Fabian Rodriquez, who's also alumni of Myriad /NapTown. So January 2018, I got this Instagram message.
I know.
And it was, hey, you and Fabian are doing this podcast called the Drink Culture Podcast. And to kind of just give that out really quick. So Drink Culture Podcast was the idea of, know your city. We were interviewing different thought leaders, different individuals who were taking our city to the next level. And we were interviewing them via podcast format when podcasts were relatively new at the time. But we're also interviewing them at different locations throughout the city and trying out different types of alcohol, different types of food, kind of like drinking in the culture. So it was a double entendre of drink culture, drinking in the culture, but actually drinking on the show as well. And guess what? Those episodes are still live to this day. Some of the links are a little bit broken. Fabi and I, we're going to fix that on the back end right now, but that's still available. So anyways, kind of giving that background, January 2018, you messaged us on Instagram saying, hey, I want to do what you're doing. Let's have coffee. And we had coffee at
Coat Check.
Back
when Coat Check was new.
That's true. So we had coffee at Coat Check, and I always remember walking away from that saying to myself, she gets it. And that was my biggest takeaway is just there's people in this world who, when you meet them and kind of learn about them, you're just oh yeah, they're gonna go far, and you are one of those individuals.
Thank you.
And here we are. Can't do math.
6 years later.
6 years later.
It feels longer than that.
Yes.
But,
and there's been a lot of twists and turns throughout that whole story. We kind of officially shut down drink culture in the middle of the pandemic, June, July 2020, in that range. And then what brings Hayley here is we had coffee earlier this year, and I was just talking about the gym and some changes. And then I was actually on vacation with my family and saw a message come through saying that Hayley and her husband had joined the gym. And then we had coffee and we talked about the gym, and you're absolutely loving it.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your journey.
Totally.
Through the onboarding process and anything that you'd like to share from there.
Oh gosh. Well, what I took away from our coffee conversation was the all levels method being implemented, because something that I know was daunting for me was jumping from 0 to 100 into CrossFit. And when I heard that method, I said, it just made a ton of sense. Particularly, I have some injuries, and it gives you kind of a way to accommodate that doesn't feel like you're weak or taking the easy way out. So once I heard that, I talked with my husband, and it was just our right chapter of life to just dive in. And we came in here on a Saturday. It was actually my husband's birthday.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we just did it. I looked at him. I'm like, "Are you ready?" And he's never done group fitness. I mean, he's done tennis in high school for a season kind of thing. And he's like, "I guess so." So then we jumped in and we got into the onboarding. And something that's been really fun about this is of course I get to look at this from just being a member of the gym and a customer, but I also get to experience what you've been what I've been observing from the outside through talking with you.
Totally.
And I just have I'm so proud. When I'm going through it, it's really professional. It's I don't know, I think of other gyms that I've joined throughout the years, and it's kind of they're trying to get you with deals, here's 5 classes for $100 or whatever it is. And with the gym, it's like very obvious that's like we want like the people who are here are really dedicated to being here, and we're gonna get you in, we're gonna help you. So like the personal training course or foundations were so helpful. I mean, for me, but for my husband who hasn't done any of this. Yeah. He got to come in and he asked a lot of questions, and Blair was the person who took us through foundations and just like really put him at ease and made me also really comfortable with like kind of sending him off into CrossFit because I was like, okay, you've never done this. And he went to another CrossFit gym in Indy, I won't name them, but ended up getting injured within the first week because he just got tossed in.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, now we go 5:30 as many days a week as we can. We go on Saturdays, and it's like launched into better eating habits. It's launched into, we did a mile test run. And
part of the level method, right?
Part of the level method. My husband had never, I won't say never, but like doesn't know the last time he ran a mile straight. And by that evening, he had signed both me and my mom up for a 5K.
No way.
Yeah. So it's just been, and now he's like running, like on Saturdays we go to Myriad and then we go do a run together.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's been really life-changing.
So I was going to ask that question. You kind of just alluded to it a little bit, but like what has it done that you've joined together? So a lot of times we have people who come in and like one person is all in and they want to do it. And then we've seen this a lot over the last 14 years. Then like all of a sudden, I should say all of a sudden, maybe a year later, the partner will come in, right? And it's like, because the other person can't stop talking about it. But you two came in together. So was that was planned to hold each other accountable? Or was it planned in the sense of like, hey, we want to spend more time together? Was it planned in like, we have a goal together as a unit? Like how was that conversation?
I think it was more, we both kind of like wing it a lot.
Okay.
So I think we both kind of fell into it.
Spontaneity.
Yeah, spontaneity. But I had told Alexo, several weeks, like basically right after our coffee, I texted him about it and I said, I really want to do this. So I like planted the seed.
There it is.
And then when it came time, I just kind of kept including him in on the journey, and he's really, he's just like a prime person for fitness, especially like this, where it's really competitive and whatnot. Like he's watching videos in the evenings. Like it's
awesome.
It's awesome.
So he loves learning.
Yeah. He's just geeking out. And so and it's been like I've thought a lot about this because, and I tell Alexa this, like I've been doing this on my own, but I haven't been as consistent with it in our relationship because he's not kind of living the same lifestyle. So you have to accommodate. And now that we're both on the same page, it's like not only are we both getting better and like seeing the results of that, but we're both like, it's something that we talk about in the morning after class and we talk about at dinner. And it's like, we went to French Lick this weekend and did a workout. Like
that is awesome.
So it's a great way to connect.
Yeah, building it into your habits, it's something that it's a healthy habit for you to explore together, not just for now, but for the rest of your lives, and something that I'll share as a parent. I know you all aren't there at this moment in time, but as you get there, it's really cool watching your kids then see you move and know that that's building a habit. Like I was out inside the kitchen yesterday, and Ismay, my daughter, was out back on a gymnastics mat, and she was like coaching herself through a workout. And like I wanted to grab my phone, but I didn't want to like interrupt the moment because I was like, this is so cool watching her like coach herself through a workout. And she like had obstacles and different stations, and like this is exactly why I do what I do. Not only just because of owning the gym, but also because of just working out and making this a part of my life. Is like now my children hopefully will see this habit and use this for years to come.
Yeah.
So it's been absolutely amazing from there. What is it? Why do you do 5:30 a.m.?
It's the only time of the day that's never taken up by anything else. I guess yesterday I did, like I had to miss because of something, and there's something, I swam, so I'm used to kind of like
I was going to say, let it be known, we have a Division I swimmer from Butler here as well, so we're
Swammer.
Yes, swammer. That's a good one.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, And I would say that the culture of the class, and I haven't taken the other classes, so I mean, this isn't saying that the others aren't like this, but it's definitely like you wake up, you do a workout with the same people every morning, and like it's get in, work hard, get out. There's like no complaining. Yeah. Everyone works hard. There's a lot of camaraderie, and then, I mean, I just had a conversation.
You're good.
This morning about like. I was talking to someone and said, you know, the hardest part of our day is done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the whole eat the frog. We were just talking about that a little bit off camera, where it's just like do the hardest thing of your day early and just get it over with, because then it's done. And now, guess what? You feel super accomplished as you work through that. What would you give as advice to somebody who's listening right now, having your like 6 to 8 weeks-ish in, right? Someone who's kind of like on the fence, not sure, maybe has a partner who maybe is on the fence as well. Any piece of advice that you would share with somebody who may be listening?
It's not as hard as you think.
I love that.
So it's challenging, but it's not like, I even think back to my swimming days. I would come out of a training session and just be absolutely destroyed and exhausted and kind of like walking myself through the rest of my day. These are, you come in, I mean, you warm up and you do some heavy lifts, and then you've got like anywhere from 12 to like 18 minutes of really hard work, and it's just really focused, and then you're done, and it like really just
it flies, right?
It flies by,
yeah.
And you leave like with a hunger to come back.
Yeah.
So just don't think that you're gonna come here and be super sore and like broken down for several weeks. There's definitely times that we were broken down, but not in ways that I have been before. And I think that part of that is the level method, that you're really
100%.
able to like work yourself into it. And you know, and like today I did 5 double unders in a row.
What?
And I couldn't do that in the beginning.
That's
so
awesome.
like you already see progress, and it keeps you coming back. So.
That's a tough one, by the way, to start picking up on. And so hitting 5 is a good milestone right there.
I got so excited that then I, you know, tripped.
Yeah, well, and then double unders are really always funny, because you can get them and then you'll show up the next day and then you can't get them at all. But keep practicing those.
Yeah,
my story is with Caitlin on that, where just like every single morning for like 2 months she did double unders before and like just after class, and then like all of a sudden she had double unders. So it's like just like everything else, repetition, especially in that movement. Yes, thank you so much. Level method, 100% agree that it sets everyone up for success. Everyone can be put into the journey skill level on the map where they're at currently. And thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, this is
3,
good.
2, 1.
I feel like a hug is necessary.
Okay. Yes. We're back.
We're back.